Hello students, today we are going to see Unit 5, the fourth topic, Overview of Healthcare Delivery System. We had seen the healthcare delivery and social policy, the reason for rising cost, equity, what are the equity system in healthcare services, and how the distribution is being carried out at the healthcare. We have been seeing these things. Now we are going to see the overall view, the overview of healthcare delivery system. Healthcare in India. The Indian Constitution makes the provision of healthcare in India the responsibility of the state governments rather than the central federal government. It makes every state responsibility for raising the level of nutrition and the standard of living of its people and the improvement of public health as among its primary duty. That is what the WHO and the Alma Ata Declaration and the Alma Ata Conference had came through it. That is the rise of nutrition and also the standard of living of people should be improved. The public health system should be improved. That is these are all the primary duties and responsibilities for the state or central government for each and every country. First one, public health care. Public health care is free and subsidized for those who are below the poverty line. Public health care is nothing but the government hospitals, the primary health center, these and all come under the public health care. The main reason for opening or being organizing this type of health care is the health must be equal to all, because the private health care can't able to afford by the lower class or middle class people. For that purpose, the public health care has been came into force. The Indian public health sector encompasses 18% of total outpatient care and 44% of total inpatient care. Middle and upper class individuals living in India trend to use public health care less than those with a lower standard of living. Additionally, women and the elderly are the more likely to use public service. The public health care system was originally developed in order to provide a means to health care access regardless of socio-economic status or caste. However, reliance on public and private healthcare sectors varies significantly between states. Several reasons are cited for relying on the private rather than the public sector. Even though the public sector, the public healthcare is being available, majority of the households in middle class and the higher class is not willing to use the public health care because there are some of the reasons. The main reason of the national level, the main reason is at the national level is poor quality of care in public sector. That is the main reason for not utilizing the public health care. That is, in the national level, it is very poor quality. That where in public health sector there is a poor quality of health care, with more than 57% of households pointing to this as the reason for preference for private health care. Majority 57% of households are saying the main reason as this poor quality. Much of the public health sector caters to the rural areas and the poor quality arises from the reluctance of experienced healthcare providers to visit the rural areas. None of the experienced healthcare providers will to visit the rural areas. Consequently, the majority of the public healthcare system catering to the rural and remote areas relies on inexperienced and unmotivated interns who are mandated to spend time in public healthcare clinics as a part of their curriculum requirements. Now, at this present situation, the requirements has been changed a lot. None of the public healthcare people is willing to go to the rural area or the remote areas. So, in that case, the inexperienced and unmotivated interns has been sent in the name of mandated curriculum requirements, so that in that case automatically the public healthcare clinics worth will get down. That is the main reason for the lowering the quality of public healthcare. Other major reason are long distance between the public hospital and the residential area, long waiting times, and the inconvenient hours of operation. These are all the other major reasons, such as the public hospital is I need to travel some more distance. It is from the residential area, the public hospital is being little far. That is the another reason for not utilizing the public hospital. And also the waiting time at public hospital is little more higher when compared to the private hospital, and the operation inconvenient hours of operation. These are all the other major areas for not utilizing the public health care. And secondly, private health care. Since 2005, most of the health care capacity added has been in the private sector or in partnership with the private sector. The private sector consists of 58% of the hospitals in the country, 29% of beds in hospital, and 81% of doctors. According to National Family Health Survey 3, the private medical sector remains the primary source of health care for 70% of households in urban areas and 63% of households in rural areas. The percentage is not that much very varied. See, 70% of the household is saying that private medical sector is the primary source of health care. Meanwhile, in rural areas, only 63%. That is, it's not that much difference between urban and rural. Nearly 7% is only differing. So it's not that much vary. So from this survey, we can able to see that even in rural areas also, the usage of public health sector is not that much. The study conducted by IMS, Institute for Healthcare Informatics, in 2013 across 12 states in over 14,000 households indicated a steady increase in the usage of private healthcare facilities. Over the last 25 years for both outpatient and inpatient services across rural and urban areas, in terms of healthcare quality in the private sector, a 2012 study indicated that healthcare providers in the private sector were more likely to spend a longer duration with their patients and conduct physical examination as a part of the visit compared to those working in the public healthcare. So in that, the healthcare quality, the study which is conducted on 2012, from this study, a indication that indicate the healthcare providers in public health sector is willing to spend some more time, even more time with their patients when compared to the public healthcare hospitals. However, the high amount of cost is getting out from the public healthcare sector with the pocket of the patient only. So many households to incur catastrophic health expenditure, which can be defined as healthcare expenditure that threatens a household's capacity to maintain a basic standard of living. Cost of private sector are only increasing. One study found that over 35% of poor Indian households insecure such expenditure, and this reflects the determinantal state in which Indian healthcare system is at the moment. With government expenditure on health as a percentage of GDP falling over the years and the rise of private health sector, the poor are left with fewer options that because to access the healthcare services. Private insurance is available in India as are various through government sponsored health insurance schemes. So with that, many government sponsored health insurance schemes are there, but even though the usages of the public health sector is not that much to the private health sector. The reasons which have been seen above is the main cause for not utilizing the public health sector. Even now, many of the people have a conception that if you gone to the government hospital or a public health sector, obviously the treatment will not be get cured. They are all in that state. All the members in the society have been in that state of a fear of not utilizing the public health sector. Even though there are many newses, in meanwhile we have been hearing many newses from very good surgeries or operations or medical aspects have been getting successful in government hospital. But even though on hearing these newses, the public health sector is not that much being utilized by the middle class and the higher class people. The main reason for them to utilizing the private health sector, private healthcare system is the reasons which have been seen above. That is the reason for not getting good healthcare system. The doctor is not spending much time with the patient, and even more the operation hours are not good, and like this many barriers have been there to utilizing or to make the public health sector, public healthcare services to the next level. And with that overview of healthcare delivery, we are going to the next topic, access to healthcare. How the healthcare system is being assessed in rural areas as well as in urban areas. We are going to see the tribal areas in the rural areas only, because we all know that there are three different types of community: rural, urban and tribal. The tribal and rural is more or less they are the similar only. The population percentage in rural is higher than the tribal. That is the only difference, and the tribal people will be living in the hilly region. There will be no government hospital actually. There will be a PHC right now in many tribal area. So we are going to see two different access of healthcare system, that is rural areas access and the urban area access. Firstly, rural area. Rural areas in India have a shortage of medical professionals. 74% of doctors are in urban area that serve the other 28% of the population. This is the major issue of rural access to the healthcare system. Right now we all know that in India the rural areas is more than the urban area, but many of the doctors, as per the research, nearly 74% of doctors are servicing the urban area for those 28% of population only. So in that case, the utilization of rural hospitals by doctors is also very less. This is a major issue for rural access to the healthcare. Doctors tend not to work in rural areas due to insufficient housing, healthcare, education for children, drinking water, electricity, roads and transportation. These are all being the barrier for doctors to work in the rural area. Additionally, their existence of shortage in infrastructure for the healthcare services in rural area is also very low. Whereas when you see to the urban area public hospital and compared to the rural area public hospital, means there will be very much difference between both. So this has been a important reason for a shortage of doctors in the public health sector. In fact, urban public hospitals have twice as many beds as rural hospitals, which are lacking in supplies. So, even though the beds are also shortages in rural areas when compared to the urban, here when you see that additionally there existence a shortage of infrastructure. Infrastructure is the shortage of hospital is one thing, and also the twice of amount of beds are available in urban area when compared to the rural areas. Studies have indicated that the mortality risk before the age of 5 are greater for children living in certain rural areas compared to urban communities. The mortality rate of age 5 is greater for living children in certain rural areas when compared to the urban communities. The reason is the immunization coverage also varies between rural and urban area. This has been the main reason for rising in mortality range. So the immunization, even there are some of the myths has been still followed in many of the rural areas. So as a doctor, as a healthcare professional, a professional should go and teach the rural people about the importance of immunization. If you see that in India, only 39% completely immunized in rural communities. In rural communities, only 39% have been completely immunized. Others have not been immunized. That is the one of the major reason for risk in child mortality. Whereas when you see to the urban area, nearly 58% in urban area across India. So here the inequality between urban and rural is been showing up. So with this report, near 58% is also not that much good percentage. It is also weaker percentage. But when we compare to urban area, the rural areas even more worse than the urban. So with this percentage, we can able to identify the mental belief of the rural people in the particular area. If an individual is not coming for immunization, means their belief is not scientifically. Their belief will be depends on the supernatural belief. They will be so automatically the individual or the certain community or the certain rural area will started to believe more on the supernatural belief, and even though their pregnancy will not be done in the hospital. So as if this percentage is showing that how the rural people have been there, how their mentality is being there on utilizing the healthcare systems. Inequalities in healthcare can result from factors such as socioeconomic status and caste, with caste serving as a social determinant of healthcare in India. Here, with the caste serving a social determinant of healthcare in India, this caste system is being prevailing in healthcare system also. Inequalities, we had seen the equity in health services, the second topic of this unit. We had seen that we studied there should be no partiality for giving medical services because of due to race, gender, caste, religion, and so on. But in this research, we can able to identify inequalities in health care is still prevailing. The factors are the socio-economic status and the caste. So this result is really a burden for Indian healthcare services, especially in the public health sector. When we move on to the urban areas, we are saying the rural area. When we move on to the urban area, the problem of healthcare access arises not only in huge cities but in rapidly growing small urban areas also. Here there are fewer available options for healthcare services and there are less organized governmental bodies. Thus there is often a lack of accountability and cooperation in healthcare departments in urban areas. It is difficult to pinpoint an establishment responsible for providing urban healthcare services. Compared to rural areas, where the responsibility lies with the district administration. Additionally, health inequalities arise in urban areas due to the difficulties in residents' socio-economic status and discrimination against unlisted slums. Here what they are saying means that discrimination and the inequalities arises in urban area when we compare to the rural areas. Because in urban area there will be a larger quantity of people living. So in that particular area many slum people will be gathered. When you see to the sociology subject, in a urban community there will be a separate community called slum. Who are the slums? The tribal people who are being settled in urban community. They are denoted as a slum community. Due to that slum community, the discrimination arises between the urban community. This indicates the inequality between the health utilizing of urban people. Due to some of the difficulties they have been given here, such as residence, socio-economic status and discrimination of certain slums. Due to that only, nearly 58%, we are seeing nearly 58% of people only using public health care sector. So the main reason for utilizing the public health sector is 58% only means the other 42% are being discriminated or have been seen as a inequality. They have a mentality that in urban area, in urban community, only the lower caste people or the people who is not having that much economically well, they only want to use the public health sector. That is one of the major myth that is being prevailing in our community right now. This discrimination, this kind of myth that leads to the lower percentage of utilizing of public health sector. As if we've seen, only 58% of people is utilizing the public health sector. The reasons are, these are all the reasons. To survive in this environment, urban people use non-governmental private services, which are plentiful. Yeah, we are seeing plenty of hospitals, private hospitals in our community. So automatically, people who have been in a certain community will prefer the private hospital when we compare to the governmental hospital. However, these are often understaffed, require 3 times the payment as a public center, and commonly have bad practice methods. To counter this, there have been efforts to join the public and private sectors in urban areas. For these reason only, to to counterattack the myth that has been prevailing in the public health services. A new system called public-private partnership has been initiated. However, studies shown that in contrast to rural areas, qualified physicians tend to reside in urban areas. This can be explained by both urbanization and specialization. Private doctors tend to be specialized in a specific field so that they can reside in urban areas where there is a higher market and financial ability for those services. Nowadays, the doctors, the professional physicians have a trend to choosing a specialization which is high in marketing. Whereas, for example, now we have demand on child health care means automatically the doctor professional will choose the child care so that he can able to reside him in an urban area with a high market and well financially settled. As if these things have been arising, the utilizing of public health sector is keep on reducing. And the next topic is health ministry in India. We have seen the overview of healthcare delivery. What is healthcare delivery? How it is been there in urban area and rural area. How it has been prevailed and what are the reasons for getting drawbacks in the private health sector. Secondly, we are moving to the health Ministry of Health in India. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare is an Indian government ministry charged with health policy in India. It is also responsible for all government programs relating to family planning in India. The ministry is composed of two departments, that is Department of Health and Family Welfare and the Department of Health Research. These are the two departments that the health ministry is been carrying out. Department of Health. The Department of Health deals with the health care, including awareness campaigns, immunization campaigns, preventing medicine and public health. Some of the bodies under the administrative control of the departments are National AIDS Control Organization and other 13 national health programs is also carrying out. Namely, National AIDS Control Program, Department of AIDS Control, National Cancer Control Program, National Filaria Control Program, National Iodine Deficiency Disorder Control Program, National Leprosy Eradication Program, National Mental Health Program, National Program for Control of Blindness, National Program for Prevention and Control of Deafness, National Tobacco Control Program, National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program, Pilot Program for on Prevention and Control of Diabetes, CVD and Stroke, Revised National Tuberculosis Program and Universal Immunization Program. These are the 13 different programs which is being carried out right now in the Ministry of Health. These are all the 13 programs. Whereas the main duty of the health department in India is they need to carry out a awareness campaign, immunization campaign, preventing medicine and the public health. Their main duty is, for example, if you see the polio chottu marundu scheme, that is one of the major scheme which is carrying out by the health ministry. To eradicate the polio, they have been started the scheme of giving drops. Each year or 2 years once, the newly born children or children before 5 years, they have been giving the droplets. They have been giving droplets to their own community by carrying out the program in their own community. Through this, a very big reach has been created at the community level on the major disease called polio. Like that, there are 13 different departments is being carrying out under the Health Ministry. Medical Council of India, Dental Council of India, Pharmacy Council of India, Indian Nursing Council, All India Institute of Speech and Hearing, All India Institute of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, All Indian Institute of Hygiene and Public Health, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, Central Drug Standard Control Organization, National Center for Disease Control. These are all the major departments which is been going on under the Health Ministry in India. Department of Family Welfare. The Department of Family Welfare is responsible for aspects relating to family welfare, especially in reproductive health, maternal health, pediatrics, information, education and communication, cooperation with NGOs and international aid groups, and rural health services. The Department of Family Welfare is responsible for 18 population research centers at 6 universities and 6 other institutions across 17 states. National Institute of Health and Family Welfare. These are the two different programs which is being carried out by FW, that is Department of Family Welfare. Their main aspect is, the family welfare main aspect is to give a education or to give a welfare relating to the family, that is in reproductive health, maternal health, pediatric information, education and communication, and also cooperating with other NGOs, non-governmental organizations and international aid groups to create awareness or other kind of community programs. Their main duty, family welfare's main duty, will be carried out at the rural health services. Their main duty will be carried out at the rural areas only. These are the Health Ministry duties and responsibilities in India. With that, a small overall view about the topic which is being seen today. Firstly, we seen that overview of healthcare delivery. What is healthcare delivery system? How it is being carried out in rural area and urban area? What are the reason? What are all being the barrier for utilizing the public health sector and the private health sector? How the public health sector is being increasing, how the private health sector is being utilizing by the people, and how the public health sector is not being utilized by the community people. And secondly, we see in the Health Ministry in India, how they have been performing for each and every diseases, whether it is communicable or non-communicable, what is their role, what are the several departments in the Health Ministry. And with that, I like to conclude the topic, today's topic. Thank you.